So what's the answer to the censorship? You know, the Democrats censor actual relevant political reporting by conservatives. And for 20 years or so, the conservative response has been, censorship is bad. I support free speech. Either you support all speech or no speech. Oh yeah, obscene pornography? Totally, that's a free speech issue. You have a right to it. Calls to arms to destroy the American system of government and traditional way of life? Absolutely, that's protected. Of course, none of that is protected in the American tradition. None of that is protected by law. No, the correct answer to the Democrat standards and norms and taboos that result in censorship is conservative censorship. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I know that people don't want to admit that, but all regimes, all societies have some kind of censorship because all of them have standards and taboos. So the answer, if conservatives want to stop being such losers, is we need to engage in it ourselves, not in capricious, arbitrary, unjust, immoral kind of censorship, but in just, prudent censorship. Instead of today, what we've got is they censor the truth, they censor goodness, they censor beauty, and they promote lies and evil and ugliness. We should do the opposite, okay? We should place far more restrictions around, most notably, obscene material that is really, really wicked and hideous. And that is what's happening. We did just score a win, thanks to Instagram. Instagram just censored a post that was aimed at teaching kids about sexual pleasure. And I don't know, maybe some of the free speech absolutists are going to say, no, by golly, the reason we fought a revolution in this country was to defend social media posts teaching little children about sexual pleasure. But that's not my point of view. I think, yep, that's good. Censor them. No free speech for them. So this is the post. This is the post on Instagram. Normalizing and destigmatizing the pursuit of pleasure, sexual and otherwise, can send a strong message to children. Send a strong message to children. We need to normalize it. We need pleasure-centered education. Contrary to what some folks assume, teaching youth that sex feels good does not cause more young people to have sex. I'm going to pause it right there. Of course it does. What are you talking about? Young people, this would be true for anybody, for all people of all ages, but especially for young people who don't have control over their appetites and their actions in many cases. Telling them that something feels good, telling them that this chocolate bar over here tastes good is going to encourage them to try it out, okay? Because they are appetitive creatures that just want to pursue their basest passions. That's what it is. That's why you have education to try to tamp that down. This Instagram account that posted it is called the Queer Sex Therapy Instagram account. I'm shocked, totally surprised by that. And this is managed by the Expansive Group, describes themselves as a team of queer therapists, coaches, mentors, and sex educators that broaden insight around gender, sexuality, and relationships. The author of this post is Leah Goodman. I don't know if it's a man or a woman or if Leah is her or his real name. I don't know anymore because these people are so deeply confused. But this individual describes him or herself as a queer educator and uses she/they pronouns. So this is obviously grooming. This is obviously obscene. This should be ostracized, censored, and these people should probably be imprisoned. The question, though, that a lot of people keep asking when they're trying to come to a nice conservative, conciliatory middle ground here. Well, we don't want to censor anybody. We don't want to cast any aspersions on anybody. But they'll say, but why do kids need to see this kind of material from the adults, from the queer therapy group? Why? Why do the kids need to see this? That's not the right question. Obviously, the kids don't need to see this. The question to be asking is, why do the queer sex therapy people feel the need to show this to children? The question is not, why do kids need to see Drag Queen Story Hour at the public library? They don't, of course. The question is, why do the Drag Queen Story Hour people feel this deep need to dance around in sexually provocative clothing for little children? Because they are perverts and sexual deviants. And at the ideological level, They want to pervert the whole culture, and it's much easier to do that when you focus on kids because kids' brains are very malleable. So if you get them young and give them a vision of the world, it's more likely to stick in the long term. And then at the physical level, they probably have weird sexual appetites for kids, right? Right? I go back to this great tweet that has gone viral from Orrin McIntyre, which says, it's not that complicated, guys. These people are evil and they just want to diddle kids. And I think there's some truth to that. I think there's a broader ideological aspect to it, and the left has written about this for well over 100 years. Because sex is so important to people, because it's central to human nature, if you can twist the way that people think about sex, you can transform the whole culture, and the way to really twist that is to get to people at a young age. I think that exists. I don't think that just derives from, some disordered sexual desire. But then I think also a number of people who have performed at Drag Queen Story Hour are child molesters. That's not a coincidence, okay? That's not just a random accident. Yeah, it's the people who are really obsessed with talking to little kids about sex probably have weird sexual hangups when it comes to kids. So the answer to that is censor it. Pass laws against it. Put these people in prison. Okay, I think that's actually a pretty moderate solution. The Democrats are talking about shooting all of us if we dare suggest that maybe we should kill fewer babies a year. The Democrats are talking about shooting all of us if we say that maybe we shouldn't castrate 8-year-olds. The Democrats are talking about shooting us, killing MAGA voters, calling us Nazis, saying we need to be treated like Osama bin Laden. If we consider voting for Donald Trump, if we consider voting for one of the two parties in our alleged two-party system, you're talking about killing us. Okay, I think at the very least we can put child molesters in prison and pass laws against the grooming and the bizarre cultural transformation that these people are leading. Right now, you got to go to establishedtitles.com/Knowles, because I tell you, there was a period when I felt like I wasn't getting no respect. No respect, I tell you. And then that all changed thanks to Established Titles. Now, I am Lord Michael Knowles, and you can be a lord or a lady as well. You can get the respect that you deserve. All you need is a 1 square foot plot of land in Scotland. Established Titles is a project based on an historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, or lords and ladies in English. In your title pack, you will be bestowed with at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, plus an official certificate with a crest. Your certificate features a unique plot number with which you can see the exact location of your land. Title packs from Established Titles are a fun and unique gift for any occasion. There are even couple packs, because you don't want to be a lord and then your poor wife doesn't get to be a lady. With your certificate, you could officially add the prefix lord or lady to your credit cards, plane tickets, even your dating profiles. Plus, Established Titles commits to preserving the woodlands not only in Scotland, but around the planet. They've got partnerships with global charities like One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to help with our afforestation efforts. And for every order they receive, a tree is planted. Established Titles told me, get this, the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my exclusive link will receive a plot within a few walking minutes of mine. That's right. So depending on how many of you want to become a lord or a lady, we can build our own kingdom. And that will be wonderful, and it will be run with an iron fist. Established Titles is actually running a massive sale right now. If you use code Knowles, you'll get on top of that an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/Knowles. Get your gifts right now and help support the channel. I'm so glad you liked that clip. Now, you got to ring that bell. Subscribe, get the notifications. We'll see you next time.